Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Curious. Let's get straight into something most men completely underestimate. They think attraction is built on looks, money, or status. But the real truth is much simpler and much deeper. It's about how you make someone feel. That's what separates you from everyone else. And one of the most overlooked tools you have is the right compliment, delivered the right way. Thoughtful. Think about it for a second. Have you ever noticed how a woman's entire mood can shift just because of one sentence? One line spoken with confidence and intention can completely change how she sees you. Today, we're diving into 8 powerful compliments that go far beyond surface-level flattery. These aren't weak, overused lines that make you sound like every other guy. Excited. These are psychologically powerful compliments that hit something deeper. They make her feel understood, respected, and emotionally drawn toward you. Here's the harsh reality. Serious. If you keep throwing out generic compliments, you'll blend in with every other guy in her messages. But if you understand how influence works, if you control your words and your presence, you'll realize real power lies in shaping perception. Thoughtful. So if you're ready to stand out and leave a lasting impression, stay with me. And before we go deeper, take a quick moment to subscribe if you're serious about improving how you approach relationships and mastering your mindset. Let's start strong. Confident. Telling her that her fragrance is addictive and smells amazing is far more powerful than it sounds. Most men ignore this detail completely, but scent is one of the strongest triggers of memory and emotion. A single smell can take you back to a moment, a place, even a person. When you compliment her scent, you're doing more than saying she smells good. You're telling her that her presence lingers even after she's gone. That idea alone is incredibly powerful. Sincere. The truth is, most guys don't pay attention to details. They say things like, "You look nice," and move on, but a man who notices how she smells, how that scent affects him, immediately stands out. The key is how you deliver it. Say it calmly, confidently, without trying too hard. Let it come from a grounded place. When you do that, it sticks with her. Every time she wears that fragrance again, she'll remember that moment. Now let's talk about her smile. Thoughtful. Telling her that her smile could light up a room goes deeper than you think. You're not just talking about her appearance, you're recognizing the energy she brings. A smile isn't just physical, it's emotional. It changes the atmosphere. It makes people feel more relaxed, more open. When you say this, you're telling her that her presence has impact. Sincere. That she has the ability to shift the mood of an entire space just by being herself. Most men miss this completely because they stay focused on shallow compliments. But when you recognize her energy, you're showing awareness, you're showing depth, and that's rare. Thoughtful. Now let's be honest for a moment. In today's world, authenticity is rare. Everyone is trying to fit in, trying to present a perfect version of themselves. Sincere. So when you tell her you appreciate how real she is, that she doesn't pretend or try to blend in, it hits differently. You're not complimenting her looks. You're recognizing her courage to be herself. That kind of compliment goes straight to the core. It tells her that you see beyond the surface, that you value who she really is, not just what she shows the world. Thoughtful. Authenticity isn't easy. It takes strength to be unapologetically yourself. And when you acknowledge that, it creates a deeper connection instantly. Now think about perspective. Curious. When you tell her you admire the way she sees the world, you're stepping into a completely different level of conversation. Most people move through life on autopilot, repeating the same ideas and following the same patterns. But someone who thinks differently, who questions things, who sees life in a unique way, stands out. Thoughtful. By noticing that, you're showing her that her mind matters, that her thoughts have value. You're not just focused on appearance, you're interested in how she thinks, how she interprets the world. Sincere. That's rare, and that's exactly why it leaves an impact. Energy is another powerful one. When you tell her that her energy is contagious and inspires you to be better, you're recognizing something deeper than personality. You're acknowledging the effect she has on you. Some people drain you, others elevate you. When she's the kind of person who lifts the room, who makes you feel more motivated and alive, calling that out shows awareness and respect. You're telling her that her presence isn't passive, it's powerful, that she inspires growth. And in a world where most people settle, being around someone who pushes you to improve is incredibly valuable. Thoughtful. Now let's talk about thoughtfulness. When you tell her she's one of the most thoughtful people you've met, you're highlighting something most people overlook. Sincere thoughtfulness shows in small actions. Remembering details, checking in, caring without expecting anything in return. In a world where many people are focused only on themselves, someone who genuinely cares stands out. Thoughtful. When you acknowledge that, you're recognizing her character, not just her appearance. That kind of compliment carries weight because it's rooted in observation, not assumption. Drive is another level entirely. Admiring. When you tell her you admire how driven she is, you're speaking to her ambition, her discipline, her purpose. You're recognizing the effort behind her success, the late nights, the consistency, the determination to keep going. That's not just a compliment, it's validation of her journey. Thoughtful. It tells her that you see the work she puts in, that you respect her mindset. In a world full of distractions, someone with focus and purpose stands out. And when you acknowledge that, it builds respect instantly. Finally, emotional intelligence. Thoughtful. When you tell her she has a way of making people feel comfortable and valued, you're pointing out something incredibly rare. The ability to make others feel seen, understood, and accepted is powerful. Most people are too focused on themselves to truly connect with others, but someone who can read a room, who can make people feel at ease without effort, has a presence that's hard to ignore. Appreciative. When you recognize that, you're appreciating something deeper than surface-level traits. You're acknowledging her ability to connect on a human level. And that's what all of this comes down to. Thoughtful. These compliments aren't about trying to impress someone. They're about showing that you notice, that you understand, that you value more than just what's visible. When you speak with intention and awareness, your words carry weight. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these would you actually use? Or better yet, type this in the comments. Words have power, and I know how to use them. Because at the end of the day, that's what separates you. Not how much you say, but how well you say it. If you found this valuable, there's more waiting for you. Check out the next video on your screen about powerful morning texts no woman can ignore. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more.